Wait. Y'all, I'm shaking, because what just happened between Michael and Laurie is actually insane. And I'm not even exaggerating right now. This just broke, and the internet is already in complete chaos. Like, Twitter is losing it. TikTok detectives are clocking overtime, and the comments, absolutely feral. So boom, picture this. It's Oscar night. Cameras flashing, celebrities glowing, everyone acting cute. And then, Michael wins. Big moment. Career-defining, emotional, iconic. The crowd is on their feet. But wait, it should have been just a celebration, right? Wrong. Because literally seconds after his name is announced, people start noticing something. Off. And when I say off, I mean the kind of off that makes you pause the video, rewind, zoom in and go, wait, did he just… Bestie. He did. And the way the camera cut to Laurie right after, I gasped. I'm talking jaw on the floor. The tension, you could feel it through the screen. Like, not Michael choosing that moment to send a message. At the Oscars, in front of everyone, and here's the part nobody is ready for. Insiders are already saying this wasn't random. Nope. This was calculated. Planned. A full-on public statement. I have receipts, timelines, and things that were supposedly deleted minutes after airing. But before we get into that, you need the full backstory because it's about to make everything 10 times messier. But here's where it gets crazy. Okay, bestie, sit down because before we even touch what happened at the Oscars, you need this context or nothing is going to make sense. And trust me, this backstory, it's already messy. So let's rewind. Michael and Laurie, on paper, perfect. Like, aesthetic couple, red carpet royalty, soft launch vibes that had everyone saying, yeah, this is endgame. The chemistry, undeniable. The visuals, insane. Every time they stepped out together, it was giving power couple. And don't even get me started on how intentional everything felt. The way Michael looked at Laurie, the way Laurie carried herself next to him. Bestie. It was giving movie. Literal fairy tale energy. But wait, it wasn't always like that. Because before the cute Instagram moments and coordinated outfits, insiders were already whispering that Michael was way more invested than Laurie. Like, head over heels, ready to settle down. This man is in love. Meanwhile, Laurie, allegedly more guarded, more calculated, playing it cool. And listen, there's nothing wrong with that. But when one person is writing a love story and the other is still editing the script, yeah, that's where things start to crack. Now here's where things get interesting. Sources close to the situation started hinting that Michael was thinking long-term. I'm talking serious conversations, future plans, possibly even rings being looked at. Yes, rings. And the internet? Ate it up. Fans were already planning imaginary weddings in the comments. Meanwhile, Laurie stayed silent. No confirmations, no denials, just vibes. And you'll already know how that goes. When one person is loud with their love and the other is quiet. The internet starts connecting dots. Then came the shift. Subtle at first. Like, fewer posts together. Less public appearances. No more cute comments under each other's pictures. And if you blinked, you might have missed it. But TikTok detectives? Oh, they never miss. People started noticing Laurie wasn't showing up to certain events. Michael was attending things solo. Interviews started sounding different. Less we, more I. And then, boom, the breakup. And when I tell you it hit the internet like a bomb, I mean full-on meltdown, headlines everywhere, fans divided, Twitter threads going crazy trying to figure out what happened. But here's the part that had everyone talking. The reason. Because insiders allegedly said Michael was ready for commitment, and Laurie wasn't. Pause. Let that sink in. Because suddenly the narrative flipped. Now it wasn't just a breakup, it was a story. A whole, he wanted forever, she wasn't ready situation. And the internet? Oh, they picked sides immediately. The Team Michael. He deserved better. Team Laurie. She doesn't owe anyone marriage. And the debates, endless. But wait, it gets worse, because right after the breakup, things got icy. No public statements together, no friendly closure, just distance, silence. And that kind of silence? It's loud. Then came the interviews. Michael, in a few subtle but very noticeable ways, started hinting at personal growth, heartbreak, lessons learned. Nothing direct, but enough for people to read between the lines. Meanwhile, Laurie, living her life, posting, traveling, looking unbothered, and bestie. You already know how the internet reacts to that. They thought we wouldn't notice, but oh, they noticed everything. People started analysing captions, body language, timing of posts. Even who liked what. Yes, it got that deep. At one point, team fans even speculated that certain quotes Michael posted were subliminals, like messages without saying names, and whether that's true or not. The conversation was already out of control. And just when things started calming down, when people thought, okay, maybe they've both moved on, that's when the Oscar night happened. But before we even get there, there's one detail that makes this whole situation 10 times more unhinged. Because allegedly, and I need you to stay with me, someone from inside the industry hinted that the breakup wasn't as clean as it looked. Yep, there were whispers of disagreements behind the scenes, different priorities, possible tension that never made it to the public eye. And if that's true, then what happened at the Oscars wasn't just random emotion. It might have been the final chapter of something that never really ended. Now ask yourself this. If you were in Michael's position, watching your past play out in front of the world, would you stay silent? Or would you say something without actually saying it? Because what he did next, bestie, I'm still processing. And when we break down the exact moment, frame by frame, including what Laurie allegedly did right before the cameras cut, you're going to understand why people are calling this the messiest Oscar moment in years. Like, this isn't just drama. This is personal. And what happened next? It changed everything. But here's where it gets crazy. Y'all, I need you to lock in because this is where everything goes from, okay, a little messy, to full-blown unhinged. So boom. Oscar night. The energy is already electric. Celebrities everywhere, cameras catching every angle, producers making sure every reaction shot is perfect. And Michael? Sitting there looking calm, composed, focused. You would never guess what was about to happen. Then the moment hits. His category gets announced. The tension, immediate. They read the nominees, pause for dramatic effect, and then, Michael. The room explodes. Standing ovation, applause, people cheering like crazy. And he stands up, smiling, taking it in. It's a huge moment. Career-defining, emotional, the kind of win that changes everything. But wait, because this is where things start getting weird. As Michael stands up, the camera, and I need you to pay attention to this, the camera cuts across the audience. Just a quick sweep, right? Wrong. Because for half a second, it lands on Laurie and bestie. The way I gasped. Now listen, I'm not saying anything confirmed, but the clip, it's circulating everywhere. People slowed it down, zoomed in, enhanced it like it's a crime investigation, and what they're saying they saw, a reaction, not clapping, not smiling, just still, like frozen. Now is that normal? Maybe. Maybe she was just caught off guard. Maybe it's nothing. But wait, it gets worse. Because TikTok detectives immediately started comparing angles, different broadcasts, different cuts. And in one version, allegedly, Laurie turns to the person next to her and says something. We don't have audio. But people are lip reading. And what they think she said? Yeah, I'm not even going to repeat it yet, because it gets messier. So Michael starts walking to the stage. And here's where things shift again. Most winners, they hug people on the way, shake hands, smile, acknowledge their table. Michael, focused, Straight walk, minimal interaction. Like he's locked in, and people noticed. Why didn't he look at Laurie's section? Why didn't he acknowledge anyone there? Bestie, because allegedly, he knew she was there. Now we don't know seating charts for sure, but insiders are claiming Laurie was positioned within his line of sight, meaning he would have seen her, meaning that straight walk might not have been random. Now he gets on stage, takes a breath, holds the Oscar, and the speech begins. At first, normal, thanking the Academy, thanking the team, giving credit where it's due, emotional but controlled. Then, plot twist number 1. He pauses and says something that, on the surface, sounds motivational. But when you know the backstory, it hits different. He says, and I'm paraphrasing, but the clip is everywhere, something along the lines of, "Sometimes the people you love don't see your vision, and that's okay. You just have to keep going." Pause. Tell me why the internet went silent for 0.2 seconds and then exploded. Because what does that mean? Who are the people you love? And why does it sound so personal? Twitter was like, not him turning his Oscar speech into a subtweet. This is targeted. You'll know exactly who he's talking about. And then, he doesn't stop. He continues. Not everyone is meant to grow with you. Bestie, the way I screamed. Because now it's not even subtle anymore. It's giving message. It's giving statement. It's giving... I'm saying this without saying names. And the camera cuts back to Laurie. And this is where it becomes undeniable internet chaos. Because this time, she's reacting. Slight shift, blink, jaw tight. It's subtle, but it's there. And the internet... Oh, they caught it. Frame-by-frame analysis. Did you see her face? She knows he's talking about her. This is public humiliation. And just when you think that's it, he drops the line that changed everything. Success feels different when you had to walk away from what was holding you back. I'm sorry, what? Bestie, tell me why people immediately started typing in all caps. Holding you back? This man is crazy. He said that on live TV? Now here's where the first shocking twist comes in. Because right after the speech aired, a clip surfaces, a different angle. Not from the main broadcast, from someone in the audience. And in this clip, allegedly, you can see Laurie reacting before the speech even gets intense. Like she already knows what's coming. How? Why would she be reacting early? Unless she had prior knowledge. Pause. Because insiders started whispering something that completely flips the story. They're saying there may have been communication before the event. Like messages, possibly even a conversation. And if that's true, then this speech wasn't spontaneous. It was calculated, planned. And now the internet is asking, did he warn her? Did she try to stop him? Was this revenge? And here's where it gets even more chaotic. Because allegedly, and again, allegedly, a source claims Laurie had been telling people privately that Michael's speech would be interesting. Excuse me? Now how would she know that unless you see where this is going? Now add this to the mix. Right after the speech ends, the cameras cut away. But audience footage? Still rolling. And in one clip, going viral with millions of views, Laurie stands up and then sits back down, like she was about to leave, then changed her mind. Why? What stopped her? What was said? Who spoke to her? And the comments? Girl, run. She's trying to keep it together. This is embarrassing. Meanwhile, Michael backstage, smiling, doing interviews. And when one reporter, and this is real, asks him about personal growth, he smirks and says, everything happens for a reason. Oh my God. The way the internet connected the dots? Immediate chaos. Hashtags trending #1. Michael said what he said. Laurie didn't deserve that. This is messy beyond repair. And just when you think we've reached peak drama, a supposed screenshot leaks of a message from an unknown account, claiming to be someone close to Laurie, saying she didn't think he'd actually do it. Do what? Say all that on stage, expose their history, turn a career moment into a public narrative. Bestie, I'm telling you right now, this is not just an award speech anymore. This is a full-blown storyline, with sides, with receipts, with questions that nobody can answer yet. Because what happens next? The reactions, the clapbacks, the things that start coming out from both sides? It doesn't calm down. It gets worse, way worse, like careers on the line worse. Because if you thought that speech was bold, wait until you hear what allegedly got leaked the very next day. But here's where it gets crazy. I don't even know how to say this without sounding dramatic, but this is where everything goes from messy awards show moment to full-on industry shockwave. Because the very next morning, when people thought things might calm down, nope, it exploded. We're talking trending #1 worldwide, every drama channel posting, TikTok detectives pulling all-nighters, and Twitter threads with like 50,000 likes breaking down every second of what happened. But wait, it gets worse, because at exactly 9:17 a.m., and yes, people clocked the time, a post appears. Not from Michael, not from Laurie, from a burner account. And Bestie, the caption alone had people screaming. Since you'll want to act confused, here's the truth. Excuse me? Now, normally we ignore random accounts, right? Wrong. Because this account started dropping receipts, screenshots, messages, timestamps. And I'm not saying they're 100% real, but the internet? Oh, they were ready to believe. The first screenshot allegedly shows a conversation dated weeks before the Oscars. And the message: I'm tired of feeling like I'm not enough for your timeline. Pause. Timeline? As in commitment? Timeline? Marriage? Future plans? Bestie, you see where this is going. Then comes Laurie's alleged reply. I never promised you that version of me. The way I gasped. Because if this is real, that changes everything. Now suddenly Michael's speech isn't random. It's response, it's context, or it's closure, or maybe revenge. And just when you think that's enough, the account drops another screenshot. This one, even messier, because it allegedly shows a message sent just days before the Oscars. From Michael, saying, you'll hear everything I never said soon. Oh my God, tell me why the internet collectively lost its mind. Not him warning her. This was planned. He told her in advance and still did it. And now the narrative shifts again. Because now people aren't just debating the speech, they're questioning intent. Was this healing or was this humiliation? Team Michael. He spoke his truth. He didn't say her name. She knew what was coming. Team Laurie. This is emotional manipulation. He used a public stage to embarrass her. This is calculated damage. And the comments section? A war zone. But wait. Because just when things couldn't get any messier, Laurie posts. Yes, she posts. At 11:42 a.m., a single Instagram story, black background, white text. And I need you to really listen to this because it shook the internet. Some people perform for applause, others move in silence. Learn the difference. Bestie, the way I screamed. Because what does that even mean? Is she calling him fake? Is she saying the speech was performative? Is this a clapback? Within minutes, screenshots everywhere, reposts, reaction videos. Oh, she ate that. Laurie said not today. This is getting uglier by the second. And Michael, silent, no response, no post, nothing. Which somehow made it even worse. Because now people are like, why is he quiet? Is he letting her talk? Or is something else coming? And that question gets answered fast. Because at 2:03 p.m., a video leaks, allegedly from someone backstage at the Oscars. Not official footage, shaky camera, low audio, but clear enough to cause complete chaos. In the clip, you can supposedly see Michael in a conversation. He doesn't know he's being recorded. And what he says, "Bestie, I'm still processing." He says, "I didn't lie." That's it. That's the line. But the way he says it, calm, firm, almost final. And suddenly the internet is like, wait, what does he mean he didn't lie? Is he confirming the speech was about her? What is the truth we're missing? Now here's the second major twist, because right after that video spreads, another insider steps forward. Anonymous, of course, and they claim something that flips everything upside down. They say, the relationship didn't just end over commitment. There were trust issues. Pause. Trust? As in, what kind of trust? They don't give details, just enough to start a fire. And bestie, you already know what happens when the internet hears trust issues. Speculation, theories, conspiracies. Was there cheating? Was someone hiding something? Is that what he meant by holding you back? And suddenly, old clips resurface, interviews, body language moments, things people ignored before, now being analysed like evidence in a courtroom. They thought we wouldn't notice, but oh, they noticed now. And just when you think the story can't get deeper, another piece drops. A brand deal. Yes, a major brand. Allegedly pauses a campaign involving Lori. Not confirmed publicly. But insiders are whispering. Reputation concerns. Timing issues. Waiting for things to settle. And now the stakes? Higher. This isn't just personal drama anymore. This is money, careers, public image, and the question everyone is asking, who's going to lose more from this? Because let's be real, Hollywood is watching. PR teams are definitely involved. Lawyers? Probably already on the phone. NDAs? Being reviewed as we speak. And the silence from both sides feels less like peace and more like the calm before something bigger, because there's no way this ends here. Not with leaked messages, not with viral speeches, not with brand deals at risk. Something else is coming, something they're both not saying publicly yet. And when it comes out, it might change everything we thought we knew about this entire situation. Because according to one source, there's one detail nobody has uncovered yet. Excuse me? What detail? What are they hiding? And why hasn't it come out? Bestie, the next part? It's not just drama, it's fallout, real consequences, real emotions, and the kind of public reaction that can make or break someone overnight. But here's where it gets crazy. Bestie. This is the part where everything stops being entertaining drama and starts feeling like a full-blown collapse in real time. Because the public reaction? I'm not even kidding. It was unhinged. The second those leaks, that speech, and Lori's post all collided, the internet basically split into two sides overnight. And I mean aggressively split. Like friendships ending in comment sections type split, Twitter spaces with thousands of listeners arguing for hours, and TikTok lives going viral with people literally screaming, crying, defending their side like it's a courtroom case. Hashtags started trending back to back. Hashtag Team Michael, hashtag Team Lori, hashtag Oscar Drama, hashtag He Said What He Said, hashtag Protect Lori, and the comments. Oh, he ate that speech. This man is hurt. Let him speak. No, because why is he embarrassing her publicly? She moved on. He didn't. It was non-stop. But wait, because this is where it gets even more intense. Celebrities started reacting, not directly, because you know Hollywood loves to be subtle, but through likes, cryptic tweets, and interesting timing posts. One actress posted, Never weaponize your platform against someone you once loved. No name, but the timing? Suspicious. Then a rapper tweets, "Truth always sounds like hate when you're not ready to hear it. Bestie." The internet lost it again. Who are they talking about? Is this shade? Y'all are not being subtle. And suddenly, it's not just Michael versus Laurie anymore. It's everyone picking sides. But here's where it gets deeper. Because behind all the memes, jokes, and viral clips, people started talking about something real. Humiliation, power, timing. Like, was that speech empowering? Or was it a calculated moment to control the narrative? Think about it. Millions of people watching. A career-defining stage. And in the middle of it, a message that many believe was directed at someone who couldn't respond in that moment. That conversation exploded. Why now? Why like this? Couldn't this have been private? And suddenly, Michael, who was being praised hours earlier, is now being questioned. Not cancelled, but definitely scrutinised. And Laurie? Oh, Laurie became the centre of a completely different narrative. The unbothered image? Gone. Because now people are analysing everything she does. Her posts, her silence, her facial expressions from that night, even her following list. Yes, it got that deep. But wait, it gets worse. Because at around 6:30 p.m. that same day, a paparazzi video drops. Laurie, leaving a private location. And Bestie. She does not look okay. No glam, no smile, just straight to the car, avoiding eye contact. And when a paparazzi asks, "Do you have anything to say about Michael's speech?" she pauses, just for a second, and says, "No." Gets in the car, door shuts, video ends. The silence? Deafening, because now the internet is like, that no said everything. She's hurt. She's trying not to say too much. And suddenly, sympathy shifts. People who are Team Michael, now reconsidering. This feels personal. This isn't just closure anymore. And then, plot twist again. Because Michael's PR team releases a statement, not directly addressing Laurie, but addressing the interpretation of his speech. And the wording? Very careful. Michael's words were a reflection of his personal journey and should not be taken as commentary on any specific individual. Excuse me? Any specific individual? Bestie, that's not a denial, that's a disclaimer. And the internet caught it. So he's not denying it. This is PR damage control. They're trying to clean this up. Meanwhile, Laurie's team? Silent, no statement, no clarification, nothing. And that silence starts feeling intentional, like she's choosing not to engage, which, depending on who you ask, is either powerful or suspicious. And just when people think the story is starting to plateau, something else happens. A podcast clip resurfaces. Old interview. Michael, talking about relationships. And in the clip, he says, "I give everything when I'm in it. And when it ends, I have to remind myself not to lose who I am." Pause. Because now people are like, was he already struggling back then? Was this always building? And suddenly, the narrative gets even more emotional. This isn't just drama anymore, it's heartbreak, misalignment, two people who wanted different things, but stayed together anyway. And now? It's playing out in front of the world. And Bestie, here's the part that has everyone on edge, because even after all of this, the leaks, the statements, the reactions, the silence, there's still one question nobody can answer. What really happened behind the scenes? Because according to multiple insiders, there's one detail, one conversation, one moment that changed everything between them. And it hasn't been revealed. Not in the leaks, not in the speech, not anywhere. And if that comes out, it could flip everything, like completely rewrite who's the victim, and who's the villain. Because right now, the lines are blurry, and both sides have just enough truth to keep the internet divided, but not enough to end the story. And the next part? Oh, it's not just a twist. It's the kind of reveal that makes you question everything you thought you knew. But here's where it gets crazy. Y'all, if you made it this far, I already know you're invested because this story, it's not just drama anymore. It's a full series and we are literally watching it unfold in real time. So let me ask you straight up. Who do you believe? Are you riding for Michael, saying he finally spoke his truth and doesn't owe anyone silence? Or are you Team Laurie, thinking this was way too public, way too calculated, and honestly, kinda messy? Because I'm not gonna lie, the internet is still divided and the comments section is going crazy right now. Drop it below for Team Michael, for Team Laurie. Or if you think there's something we still don't know and don't just comment, explain your side because bestie, I'm reading everything. Also, can we talk about that one missing detail insiders keep hinting at? Because I have a feeling that when that comes out, it's going to flip this entire story upside down. So make sure you smash that subscribe right now because this is not over, not even close. Turn on notifications too, because the second anything else drops, and trust me, it will, you already know I'm coming back with receipts, timelines, and everything they don't want you to connect. And listen, share this video before it gets taken down or buried because stories like this, they have a way of suddenly disappearing once things get too real. I'm also posting extra screenshots, breakdowns, and things I couldn't even say here over on my other pages. So go check those out if you want the full picture. Part 2 is already in the works. And let's just say, there's something I found that I probably shouldn't have. And when you see it, yeah, you're going to look at this entire situation very differently.